before us.
To those who were enslaved, who walked these streets and lived in these homes and outbuildings.
In our work, we strive to honor you.
To remember you.
This moment is dedicated to the 52%.
To the enslaved men, women, and children who lived, loved, worked, and suffered here during a time of great change.
During a time of revolution.
We call your names to invite your presence.
We ask you for your blessing as we work to reveal something of who you were.
Because you were, we are.
Lydia.
Ashe. Agnes. Ashe.
Jupiter.
Ashe.
Jack Booker.
Ashe.
Ginny.
Ashe. Kate. Ashe.
Medgar Evers.
Ashe.
Malcolm X.
Ashe.
Because you were,
We are.
I'm gonna lay down my burden
Down by
the riverside.
Down
by the riverside.
Down by
The riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden
Down
by the riverside and study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Y'all can clap. Study war no more. That's it. I'm gonna lay down my burden
Down by
the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden
Down by
by the riverside and study war no more. Dance just to sing along. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield
Down by
down by the riverside.
Down by
Down by the riverside.
Down by
Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield
Down by
down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more.
So I'm guessing y'all heard.
Heard what?
The Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
That all men are created equal?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Mr. Thomas said himself, all men are created equal. But now, he must have been speaking on me as well, right?
Well,
He and I just about the same age, and we've been knowing one another all our lives. From boys to men, equal in the eyes of God. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jupiter.
we know.
They don't.
All right.
Tell him.
I was Thomas Jefferson's manservant for many, many years. Dressed him, washed him, stood at his right hand, ready to fulfill any need that arose. I know him better than anyone. Oh, Jupiter, Now that's how Mr. Thomas sounds. It's true. Jupiter, my most trusted servant. Strong words. Now, he has always had a gift with words and phrasing, and he loves to pontificate. The Declaration of Independence? Powerful. Makes you think. Now, we are all just people hoping to obtain all that God has for us in this life, but the law says that we are property too. Their property. So much has changed, and is changing. And one sure constant in my life is being a slave to the voice of American independence. I'm no longer his manservant, but I'm still his slave.
I'm still a slave.
Still a slave. I'm still a slave.
Still a slave.
Still a slave.
I am still a slave.
Still a slave.
I am still a slave.
I'm still a slave.
Still a
I'm
slave.
still a slave.
Lydia, are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. Working for these people is making me crazy. I wake up in the middle of the night breathless, wondering how they can say the things they say and still hold us as slaves.
Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Well, which one do you want?
They say they don't want to be slaves to England.
Nobody asked me.
Nobody asked any of us. It says in their declaration that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. I want to be inspired by those words. I want that so badly. But instead, I find myself very discouraged by this Declaration of Independence. What does this declaration mean for an enslaved woman like myself?
What does it mean for an enslaved mother?
I don't have any children, Agnes.
I do. I have Henry. I watch him grow, my heart filled with love and awe at what I've been blessed to bring forth. But my love for him is nearly consumed by fear as I watch him mimic the reading of the Declaration. How do I raise my son to love when I am so angry? How do I look at him and tell him that God loves him as much as God loves anyone, but then expect him to bow down to these people who can sell him or kill him for any reason? How do I raise my son to love when I am so filled with hate? I hate them. I do. I hate that house. I hate these clothes. I hate being owned. I hate this waiting for the worst, wondering all the time, how are they going to feel? What are they going to do? What laws will they enforce? What laws will they break?
Revolution!
Treason!
Revolution!
Insurrection!
Revolution!
I hate how scared I am. We all live in fear.
Oh yay, to be sold at auction.
To be sold.
The law says that we are property, their property.
Property can be sold.
Oh yay, to be sold at auction in Williamsburg before the Raleigh door the 8th of January next. 5 Virginia-born slaves. A stout Negro fellow, 35 years of age. A man and his wife, 25 years old each, and 2 of their children, boys. The one about 3, the other 8 years old.
Human property sold alongside.
A genteel and fashionable mahogany bedstead, a one-horse chair made by Mr. Dean last summer, also a brand new copper boiler that shall hold 150 gallons along with several other articles. The sale shall begin at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Maybe the family will be sold together. Maybe, but when Master's brother left, we were torn apart. People gone, people sold. When Master died, we were torn apart. Johnny ran away. I had to watch my son be appraised. They made him jump up and down. They looked in his mouth, and they assigned him a value. Mistress is planning to sell 2 boys. Who? My son? Eve's son? Lucy's son? We are torn apart, and I am so angry. There's no place in this world for an angry Negro. I do not want my son to feel this rage. So I work. I scrub, I rub, I polish, I shine till my hands crack open until I am raw. I do it so that my son will see how to survive. But he isn't watching me. He's watching these white men shout about their liberty and their rights and how they don't want to be slaves. He watches and he doesn't understand that he is different from them. That when they say all men, they don't mean all men. And that the man that he will become will not be seen as a man in their eyes.
I am a man.
I am a man.
I am a woman.
I am a woman, ain't I? Ain't I a woman? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman?
From Sojourner Truth's speech in 1851.
Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman?
I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman?
I have borne 13 children, and seen most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Obliged to you for hearing me. And now old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.
I heard of that lady Sojourner. What's she talking about?
Truth. See what we did there?
From Frederick Douglass's speech in 1852.
Must I undertake to prove that the slave is a man? That point is conceded already. Nobody doubts it. The slaveholders themselves acknowledge it in the enactment of laws for their government. They acknowledge it when they punish disobedience on the part of the slave.
What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than any other day of the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham, your boasted liberty an unholy license. There is not a nation on the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of these United States at this very hour. Signed, Frederick Douglass.
Woke up this morning with my mind.
No, it was
stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind.
No, it was
stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind.
No, it was
stayed on freedom. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, freedom is precious.
Freedom is our right.
Freedom is God-given.
Freedom is the ability to think, act, or speak as one wishes without hindrance or restraint. According to Google.
Google.
Well, I looked it up this morning. Yeah.
Freedom is black.
Hey.
Yep, that's right. It's black, like the night. All night, because freedom is me and I am free. Oh, it's red, white, and blue. Woo! Green, black, and yellow, too. Freedom comes at a price, but I don't have any money. Excuse me. Is there a layaway plan?
A layaway plan.
For freedom.
Yeah.
Yes, just wait.
Wait.
Yes, Abraham Lincoln will free the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation.
In
1863.
It's 1776.
1776? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, patience is a virtue.
Indeed.
Seriously? Actually, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't free everyone.
It would take over 2 years for news of freedom to reach enslaved people in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1865.
Ding! What is Juneteenth, Alex?
That is correct.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy
Juneteenth.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me.
Slavery was abolished in 1865 with the ratification of the 13th Amendment, which states neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist in the United States, except as punishment for a crime.
This exception quickly became an avenue for the re-enslavement of black people, men in particular, through the prison system.
Slavery by another name.
We've come a long way, but still, we got a long way to go.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on. Juba, are you doing all right?
No, I'm not. They keep saying freed. Freedom, liberty, divine right. Freedom for whom? And from what? Freedom from them? Freedom from being told I'm sold? Freedom from missing my wife and my daughter? Freedom from pretending that I'm not angry? Freedom from having no rights or being afraid for my life or the lives of my loved ones every waking moment? Having no way to defend myself? Freedom from someone's belief that I ain't now, nor could I ever be as good or as valuable as they are? Freedom from the fact that no matter how hard I work or for how long, it will never truly benefit me or my family. If that ain't the freedom that they mean, then what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are they talking about?
The founding of a free nation on the principles of justice, truth, and equality.
The continuation of an institution where men, women, and children are bought, sold, and treated as chattel.
There.
Invoking divine authority when speaking on the natural and unquestionable state of all creation.
The prevailing attitude that this divine authority does not apply to Negroes, Indians, mulattoes.
Celebrating the capacity of the human spirit to triumph over tyranny in all of its insidious forms.
Being told to exhibit the virtues of patience, to allow ourselves to be oppressed throughout our natural lives, to hold on to the hope that we will be free when we die.
There.
I had the opportunity to read a draft of the Declaration of Independence when I was cleaning Master With's study a few months ago. It really is quite a document. Bold, treasonous, aspirational. After the lovely words at the beginning about the inherent rights of man, the Declaration goes on to list grievances against the king, justifying the reasons why the colonists have decided to separate from their mother country. Well, as I read, I saw things I was expecting to see. A bit about taxes, a bit about trial by jury. When I got close to the end, I read a section that made the hairs on my arms stand on end. I read it over and over and over again until I committed it to memory. It said this: he, meaning the king, has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty in the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery in another hemisphere, or to incur miserable death in their transportation thither. This is where my heart began beating very fast, because I came to realize that this section was speaking of us, those of us who are enslaved in these colonies. Now, to be clear, this section said nothing about ending slavery, but it was an acknowledgement of the evil and an indictment against the king for allowing the slave trade to continue. Imagine, if you will, the pain, devastation, and disappointment that I felt when I went to hear the public reading of the Declaration of Independence to find that every word I just shared with you had been removed. Several men of Congress would not sign if that section remained. Perhaps it is foolish for me to think that these men who gained so much from our enslavement would allow anti-slavery sentiments to remain. Why would I be hopeful? They beat us. They kill us. They steal our children. They steal the work of our bodies. They deny our humanity. And they create laws to justify these atrocities.
Pray, Lydia.
I don't feel like praying. Who am I supposed to pray to? Their God? It says in their declaration that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. I have no rights! I have no use for their Creator!
The Creator doesn't belong to them. Breathe, Lydia.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Breathe.
I can't breathe.
Breathe.
Oh, Creator, I am so scared all the time. Is this the life you intended for me? Is this the life you intended for us?
Oh, Creator, will freedom ever be a real thing for us? Do we have false hope? Is freedom going to find us? Will we ever be free?
Oh, Creator, what is in store for us? How do we keep living and loving and praying when we are so weary?
Oh, Creator, how do we move forward?
Today, we celebrate the resilience of our ancestors.
And we celebrate the ideals expressed in the Declaration.
Those ideals became a call to action to oppressed peoples all over this country seeking equality.
God's truth is marching on. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said,
Never before in the history of the world has a socio-political document expressed in such profound, eloquent, and unequivocal language the dignity and worth of human personality. The American dream reminds us, and we must think about it anew on this Independence Day, that every man is an heir to the legacy of dignity and worth.
we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree, that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I come from Martin's 100 Tobacco Plantation.
Hi, I'm Kate from the Raleigh Tavern. Everyone in town knows me.
Well, my mama say I got the curse of good cheer.
The curse of good cheer. Is it contagious?
I don't know.
Bum, 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 bum.
I like you, Kate.
I like you too, Jenny.
You free?
No. You?
No.
From Barack Obama's farewell address, January 10th, 2017.
It's the beating heart of our American idea, our bold experiment in self-government. It's the conviction that we are all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
does God hate us?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do white people hate us?
No?
You sure?
Yeah. They need us.
But
I know.
It's the insistence that these rights, while self-evident, have never been self-executing, and that we, the people, through the instrument of our democracy, can form a more perfect union.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
will you teach me to read?
Sure, Jenny.
This is the great gift our founders gave us. the freedom to chase our individual dreams through our sweat, toil, and imagination, and the imperative to strive together as well to achieve a greater good.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
you want to come to the plantation?
Can't.
Why?
Laundry to do, rooms to clean, chamber pots to empty.
Oh.
For 240 years, our nation's call to citizenship has given work and purpose to each new generation.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
you ever tend tobacco?
Nope. Been at the tavern all my life.
Did you know that tobacco is like money?
Yeah?
Did you know that they use what they call tobacco notes to buy things in the shops?
Yeah.
I'm the one that grows the tobacco.
I know.
And I can't go in no shop and buy me anything.
I know.
Not even a piece of ribbon to tie around my neck.
I know.
Well, that ain't right.
No, it ain't.
It's what led patriots to choose republic over tyranny, pioneers to trek west, slaves to brave that makeshift railroad to freedom.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
are you tired?
Yeah, Jenny. I'm tired.
Me too.
It's what pulled immigrants and refugees across the oceans in the Rio Grande, pushed women to reach for the ballot, powered workers to organize. It's why GIs gave their lives at Omaha Beach in Iwo Jima, Iraq, and Afghanistan. It's why men and women from Selma to Stonewall were prepared to give theirs as well.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
do you think it's true that all men are created equal?
No.
No.
Well, no. Some folks tall, some folks short. Some folks clever, some folks dumb. Some folks rich, some folks poor. Some folks free, some folks slave.
Then does that mean that the Declaration of Independence is a lie?
I don't know, Jenny. But it sounds nice.
Sure does.
So that's what we mean when we say America is exceptional. Not that our nation has been flawless from the start, but that we have shown the capacity to change and make life better for those who follow.
Kate,
Yeah, Jenny?
did you know that my daddy is from Africa?
Finbo?
Yeah. He said there's many tribes in Africa. The Ashanti, the Igbo, the Fulani, and the Yoruba.
Really?
Really? And you know what else?
No. What else?
He said there was a time when he was not a slave. Can you imagine?
What?
Being free.
Not really.
Well, try. We could earn our own money.
Buy ribbons.
Uh-huh. And we wouldn't have to bow to the white folks in the street.
Or clean up after them.
We wouldn't have to worry about being sold away from our families
Or being punished with the lash.
or the slave patrol hunting us.
Maybe we'd feel safe.
Maybe things would feel more equal.
Maybe. Maybe we could buy our own homes.
Yeah, and our own farms.
Yeah, and dream big dreams for the future.
Big dreams for our children.
Maybe we'd be happy.
Happy. That's what they say, isn't it? Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
Sure is a lot to dream about.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt to dream.
Yeah, you're right, Jenny. Sometimes dreams come true.
It's been over 400 years since the first Africans arrived in Virginia.
Stolen from their homeland and brought to the land that would one day be the United States of America.
We honor our ancestors. We remember their struggle and thank them for fighting for us.
The fight for justice and equality continues today.
We acknowledge the assertion in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal.
Now is the time for us to fulfill the promise of those words and create an equitable society.
By
any means necessary.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, trouble so hard. Oh Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, trouble so hard. Oh Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, trouble so hard. Oh